Okay. Then we also talked about the empiricism. Empirism and lean thinking. Empirism talks about the experience, the knowledge that you have gained because of the experiences that you had and the observations that you had. Okay, from that particular incident or from the activity, whatever. So you will try to judge something because like you had experience with that particular situation at that particular time. So if you, for example, like if there is any task which like creating a web page, a login page for a particular portal. Probably you might have done that previously within an hour or 2 hours. Okay. So with the same experience, when you come again to the next project and when you are planning for that particular activity task, then you can say like it will take hardly 1 or 2 hours to complete this one. Okay. So this is you are saying because you have that experience, you have got the knowledge from the previous work, right? So that is empirism. So this helps a lot. Okay. And lean thinking. Lean thinking is eliminating the waste. The waste in the sense the processes which are time consuming. Okay. The tools which are time consuming, the steps that are taking a lot of time to do it. Okay. The process of automating something which can help you save time and budget and cost, whatnot. So lean thinking is not just with uh, the code and all. It's all about everything that uh, making you to reduce the waste in all the matters. Okay, so that's it. Right. And I would like to highlight here what actually the Scrum is having. Okay, this is what actually I want to highlight. I didn't highlight. I want to highlight here now. Okay, what's this? So Scrum engages those people. Okay, who collectively have all the skills and expertise to do the work and share or acquire such skills as needed. I want to stress on this particular point. Now, this is going to engage those people, okay, who collectively have all the skills. Remember, all the people, okay, I mean, let us say if you have 8 members in the team, it doesn't mean that everyone should know all the technology or they should have all the skill set. No, they should collectively possess all the skills. Okay, one should possess some on the coding. Okay, you should have good skills in coding. One may have good skills at testing. One may have good skill in writing a query. One may have a good skills in whatever testing all the things that are in automation, something like that. So they should collectively have all the skills. So as a scrum master tomorrow, if you are forming a team, okay, make sure that your team collectively has all the skills. That's an important thing. Okay, that means you will take a person who is good at this particular technology. You will take a person who is good at the second skill set. So like that, you need to choose, that has to be your criteria. Okay. Then you can ask like, is Scrum Master involved in choosing the team? Of course not, but you would, you can have that particular, opinion. At least you can convey the opinion to the your hiring manager or to project manager, whomever it is. But you should make sure that the team is having those skill set. Okay. And not only that, they should have the expertise to do the work. Okay. It is expected that they, uh, expertise is very important. Okay. The skill set, not only having the skill set, but you should be having a expertise in doing the work. Okay. And it's not only that keeping that expertise with you, you should share the skills as needed to other team members. And also, if you don't have, you need to acquire. Okay, that means you should learn it. Okay, if you don't have that skill set, no one is going to throw you from the Scrum team. But you should make an attempt to learn that particular skill set, acquire them. Okay, if you already possess that particular skill set, share with others so that they will also learn and we all together grow. Okay, so that is actually the Scrum is saying about. So it will engage those who have all the skills all together. Okay. They are those people who are expertise in doing that. Not only that, they they should be able to share and learn whatever skills that is needed at that moment. Okay. So that's very important thing. So collectively, we will progress all together in the Scrum. Right. So So there are few events there in the Scrum actually. Okay, the four formal events together with the container event, as I said earlier, is called as a sprint. Okay, what is that? I will show you now. Previously, I have shown a diagram where I said the Scrum is containing 5 events. Okay, so these are the four formal events. Okay, events are something which happen, for the work to happen. Okay, so what are these events? How they are planned? Everything we'll discuss. So initially, these are the four events together with a container event, which is called as a sprint. Okay, so remember that the Scrum consists of 5 events altogether. So sprint is a container event, and all other are the normal 4 events which will be there as a part of this container event. Okay, so altogether it is a sprint. Next, the sprint. Okay, in all these events, like everything has a certain, all these events work on few things which are called as pillars. Okay, what are the pillars and all? We'll talk about that now. Okay, so fine. One. Um, so what I want to convey over here is there are 3 pillars in the Scrum. Okay, please write down. So there are 3 pillars in the Scrum. One is transparency, inspection, and adaptation. Okay, so transparency. I think when we had a discussion, okay, we'll go ahead with transparency. And another one is inspection. Another one is adaptation. Okay, so when we were talking about the scenario 1 and scenario 2, right? We when we talked about the scenario 2, the where the child was cooking very nicely or the dish came out very nicely, that was because like there were 3 things which were involved. One is he was showing what he was doing, okay, to his parent or the kid or to the guardian, whoever it is. So there was a transparency involved. He was not hiding anything. At the same time, he was being inspected or he was being monitored. Okay. So inspection and adaptation is something like, working on the feedback that was given. So transparency, inspection, adaptation are the basic pillars of the Scrum, okay, on which every event is going to run. Okay. So whatever events that we have, the 5 events which we said before, okay, the sprint altogether, then planning, daily Scrum, okay, review and retrospective, all these 5 events, have the pillars or which run on this particular 3 pillars. Okay, how these are done, we will talk about that. So understand, we have now starting from now, we are talking about the Scrum now. We have 3 pillars. Please understand the numerical value which I'm stressing upon. 3 pillars. TIA. Okay. So TIA, the 3 pillars of the Scrum. Okay. So when we talk about the transparency, we'll talk about these 3 pillars today. So, transparency is something like whatever work that you are doing, okay, it is visible to everyone. Okay. So it is visible to those who are doing the work as well as those who are receiving the work. That means what? The first sentence which I'm talking about, transparency is something, where you see what is progressing, and this is visible to all those who are doing the work. That means whatever you are doing, it is visible to your teammates. Okay, whatever you are doing, it is known to everyone. Okay, so you are not hiding anything, and not only you, not only your team members, but also those who are receiving the work. When I say receiving the work, or the your customers, okay, or here it could be a representative from the customer, your product owner at the max. Okay, so transparency is all about the visibility of your work that you are doing. Okay. Next, this transparency enables the inspection because, like, whatever that you showcase, okay, so there is always a monitoring thing that happens. Okay, so when the monitoring thing happens, you you will be given a feedback and there will be less chances of making some mistakes. Okay, or you will correct on this. Got it? So transparency enables inspection. Okay, and at the same time, if the inspection is happening, without any transparency, again, this is waste of resources or time and whatnot. Okay. That means what actually the last line says is transparency will always help you in inspection. Okay. Because someone will be inspecting you because your steps are crystal clear and you know what everyone is, like you are being monitored. So, that makes you, getting inspected for the work that you are doing. Okay. But if you inspect a particular work, okay, okay, but there is no transparency involved in that, then again, it is a misleading one. Okay. It is something like this. Uh, like I will give you one mm, example. Okay. Let's say one resource is working on a particular task. Okay. For daily, it is said that they need to come to daily meeting or daily status call or daily scrum and give their status update. Okay. Now, every day, all the 8 members are coming and giving the status update, let us say. But after a day, only 7 resources are coming and giving the status, whereas one resource is not attending the daily scrum because he didn't like the daily scrum. Maybe he's against to the agile or he's against to the scrum things and all. So this person is not coming. Now you are doing an inspection, but there is no transparency involved. You are monitoring the things, you are monitoring everything, but there is no transparency. We are not aware of what this guy is doing. Okay. So in that case, whatever inspection that you do is mere waste because everything is hidden. Now you can't take any decision, you can't do anything on this particular thing, right? So inspection that you are doing without any transparency will lead to, or it will be a misleading one or a wasteful one. Okay. So these are interrelated. Your transparency is interrelated to inspection. Inspection is interrelated to adaptation and vice versa. Okay. Any questions on this transparency? We will talk about the second and third point artifacts later. I didn't touch these two because what are the artifacts and all, this is another separate 15-minute session, which I will talk later. So as of now, the pillar, first one we have talked is on the transparency, where the transparency will lead to inspection and inspection without transparency is wasteful. Okay. Any questions?
Simha, is artifacts or the pillars are one and the same or are different?
No, these artifacts are not the pillars. Okay, these are not the pillars. What are the artifacts? We'll talk about that. So
No, here
artifacts are
there
nothing.
three formal I see three formal artifacts in the
Right.
section.
Yes. Yeah, in the guide you can find it out. That we'll talk later. I
Okay.
don't want to mess it up because again there will be coming a product backlog. Then you'll ask me like what is a product backlog?
Okay.
I need
So
to
these
first
are
of all.
two different things.
Yeah, those are different
And,
things. So
yeah, okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So if I say that, probably the flow will be lost. That's why like I'm
Yeah, no
not
worries.
touching.
No worries.
We'll talk. We'll come back to the artifacts in a separate
Okay.
session once again. No
Okay,
problem.
done.
No
Yeah.
problem. Okay. Okay, fine. So inspection, coming to the inspection part, I mean, if you talk in a general English term, like inspection is something like you are monitoring or you are making sure that uh, the work is progressing in the way like it should be. Okay. And you are making, the, you're nothing but you are seeing like how it is actually progressing. Okay. So that we will be within the limits, we will not go beyond the, whatever the variance, like we will make sure that it's not going beyond, or it's not uh, extreme levels of, I mean, it's not violating or whatever. So instead of that, so inspection happens at every stage in the every event of this Scrum. Okay. So like we will inspect like how the work is progress. We will see like how actually we are moving towards a goal. Okay. So this happens in the form of events. So that's why like we have 5 events at each and every stage. Like we are inspecting the activities, we are inspecting the resources, time, and everything. And so this happens in the form of events altogether. Again, the same way, inspection enables adaptation. Again, inspection without this adaptation is wasteless. Okay, you just monitor, okay, and you give the feedback to them saying that this is not working, you need to correct on this one, or you need to do something changes to this one. But the other guy doesn't do it, or if the resource are not implementing those particular feedback or adaptation, okay, then again the inspection is pointless. Okay, because we need the action to be taken. Okay, if the customer is not happy with a particular output, if he gives a feedback and you are not going to work on it, probably the inspection is waste. Okay, so inspection will help, for the adaptation, but if you don't adapt that one, the inspection is waste. Okay, try to understand. It's a normal thing, I mean, in general. Next comes the adaptation. So when you say adaptation, again, it's nothing but you are making sure that you are working as per the requirements of the customer. If you are deviating from the actual goal or whatever, you are adjusting your steps so that you are within the limits. Okay, so that's what actually is adaptation. Okay, if you take in general, it's like you are changing the way you are working so that you are getting the correct result. Okay, so you will make sure that you are adjusting not the way you are working, but also so many other things which are involved here. Okay, so here they say like whatever the processes or the material that are being produced, like no, everything should be adjusted. So adaptation is something like that, where you are changing, your steps of your way of working so that you are getting the desired result. Next thing, this adjustment or the adaptation should be made as soon as possible. Okay, we should not take time to adapt the feedback that is given. Okay, that's why our sprint cycles are very short. Okay, had it been for 6 months, probably after 6 months to implement certain feedback that was given in the first month, we will not pay that much attention. But because our sprints are for 2 weeks or maximum 4 weeks, it will be easy for us to learn from the previous mistakes and work for the next. Okay. So that's why we should try to implement as soon as possible. And this can happen only if the duration is for 2 to 4 weeks or lesser, right? So that's why it is easy to, you get a good results in the sprint. Okay. Next, adaptation is becomes more difficult when people involved are not empowered and self-managing. That's a good thing. No, you can only adapt only when you are given a freedom, right? If you force them, probably that's not going to happen. Okay. So unless they understand the importance or the value of that particular thing, no, they can't work, right? I mean, they can't give the 100% effort, put the effort 100%, or give the 100% this result. So you should make them, independent. You should make them self-managing. Okay, they should be more powerful than you forcing on them to do it. Okay, so if you force on, let us say like you have a team of 5 to 10 people, and you are so much bossy in nature, you are forcing on them to do something. Then they won't put their brains on it. They won't show the interest of doing it. Okay, so they will do what you said. That's it. Okay, when you are not around, probably they will be little bit relaxed, or they won't be that much productive. So if that has to be eliminated, what you need to do is you should make your team more self-manageable. They should be independent in their taking they should have the freedom. Okay, so in that way, whatever feedback that you give, probably they will try to incorporate. The adaptation becomes very easy altogether. Okay, so it is why this adaptation is important, because Scrum team has it has to work on those particular feedbacks given by your colleagues or your management or by the customer. Okay, when they adapt, okay, they will learn a lot of things. So it is expected to adapt the moment it learns something new. Okay, so that will help be helpful to the Scrum team. So any questions on this one? On PIA, transparency, inspection, and adaptation. These are very easy to understand. Nothing uh, complex to this thing. But the questions can be on where did you implement this particular inspection, and have you ever used? I mean, did you come across, like, we know, like, there are three pillars in the Scrum, but can you explain me about the transparency, and where have you used this particular transparency? Or did you come across transparency in your team? So that could be your questions. You should explain, giving a scenario saying that the three pillars in the Scrum are transparency, inspection, and adaptation. Transparency is more visibility, something like that. And we used to have we can say that, we used to have this daily scrums where our team members used to, give their daily status or whatnot. And we used to know what they are doing. There was more lot of visibility happening, and lot of, because of which we came to know. In when, like, you can also quote, like, one of the resources was not available on a particular day, like, and but we came, I mean, because, like, there was daily scrum happening or status happening, we know what he's working on because of his the visibility part, right? So that you can give as an example. Okay. So did you get it? Now, when you ask me, like, the one of the guy who in this example which I gave, like, this is an example of having no transparency in the work. Okay. So you can give this example also, because we are not aware what that guy was doing, and we need to, again call him up. So many things were involved in this particular thing. That example also you can give. Okay. Adaptation, inspection. Yes, you, once you understand the concept over here, you can easily give the answer, and try to correlate that with your working environment, where you are using this transparency, where you are using this inspection. Okay. Have you ever did this inspection? You can say yes. When the Scrum call gets over, maybe I used to go back to my Jira board or my any status board, okay, and see, inspect everything, like how the tickets are moving from one stage to another stage. Okay, the inspection, I used to do it by my work or my own. Okay, I never used to judge. I mean, I never used to ask directly, but I used to inspect, like, how the progress was there in the task, something like that. You can say, okay. Not only that, with adaptation, yes, I used to have this adaptation. We used to have, no, later we can talk about this adaptation, because in the review part, our retrospective meeting, we take the feedbacks from the team members and, again implement that for the next sprint. There you can say adaptation was happening. Okay. So in this way, the questions will come up. Okay. So they are going to ask you what are the three pillars and where you have used these particular pillars. Have you ever come across this type of thing? Right? Good. Understood? Or
I mean, Simha, if one thing is missed, then I mean, both two other two are also affected, right? Usually.
yes, yes,
I
yes,
mean, we can give one example like that, like.
yes. See, that's what I mean. When we talked about the transparency, right?
Hmm.
You can say that the transparency. You can give one example. Adaptation was missing. Let's, because I've talked about the transparency and adaptation was missing. Let us take that. So our team, like, we used to have this transparency. I mean, where we have implemented transparency, we used to have the daily scrum, okay, for 15 minutes, and where every member used to come and give the status update or whatnot. And for the whole sprint, like, it happened like that. Inspection, like, through monitoring, like, we used to inspect the progress of the team, okay, in the boards, in the Jira board or whatever, Azure data boards or whatnot. Then we used to monitor the progress and all. The inspection used to happen in that way. Okay. When it was in the delivery, okay, in the release was happening, okay, before that, there's a pre-release activity, you can say, pre-release activity, or in the sprint review meeting, where we showcase the working software, okay, and the working software was not as per the expectations of the customer, okay. Now the customer gave certain feedback, okay, to, because the time it took to load was almost 5 minutes. He was not happy with that particular page loading. Something, I'm just cooking the story now. And he asked us to work on this one, and give the feedback, like, it should come quick, come, within few seconds. the page should download, a page should come up. This was the feedback now. Now our team didn't take this particular feedback, but they were more interested in certain other things like the technology. Okay, they fine-tuned the whatnot. I mean, they fine-tune other parameters on the web page, but they didn't take this particular feedback. Okay, again, when the time has come up to showcase on the sprint review or anything, the page again, it took a lot of time to appear. I mean, to come up. So here I can say like this particular adaptation, he was failing from our end. Okay, so we were very good at doing the activities, we're very good at monitoring the progress and all. Yet because we didn't implement this particular feedback, we failed here. Okay, so that thing is one thing which we noted that in that way you can say, right? Am I clear? Or was it sounding very big?
Good, Simha.
Okay. I mean, there you can give whatnot. I mean, it's not just limited to this thing. Whatever feedback that you get or what you felt something was going wrong, maybe the the feedback that happened, right? I mean, what you can use those examples for the adaptations and just write a story on. I mean, I won't say to write a story. You can take it from your own experiences and put it over here. Okay, that's what I can say. Good. So TIA, that's what you have to learn in this game. So next, okay. Now let us talk about, see, in Agile we have 4 values. In the Scrum we have, okay, we can't compare the Agile values here, but the thing is we have values in the Scrum. Those are 5 values, okay. Now, 5 values. We have 3 pillars. Now comes another one, 5 values, okay. Next thing comes is, okay, I think we will talk in the next class. What are the other things that come up? Now we'll talk about these 5 values. The 5 values are the commitment, focus, openness, respect, and courage. Okay, another. So commitment, the focus, openness, respect, and courage. The way to remember, I used to do. You can also do whatever you want, but just to remember this perspective is something like I used to take the 2 letters of this word. The first one or the second one I used to take and make a something like where it is, sorry. Okay. Okay. Something like RC, something like that. Force. Okay. Whatever. So courage, sorry, commitment, focus, O stands for openness. You can, and R for respect, and C for courage. Okay. Something I used to remember like this. Or if you can keep 2 O's. So or okay, whatever. So whatever way you want to remember, you can remember it's commitment, focus, openness, respect, and courage. Okay. So they will just ask you the question. Will ask you like what are the 5 values in the Scrum. They will not go in detail to explain what is commitment and what is focus, what is openness, respect, and courage. Okay. But in general, just try to remember this. Okay. So good, no? We have O as a big one. Openness, respect, something like that. Okay. You remember whatever way you can remember, no problem. Okay, fine. So we'll just talk about these things today. Commitment. So the Scrum team should be committed in achieving the goals. First important thing is that when you're forming the Scrum team, you're forming that because you need to achieve certain goals. Okay, that could be a sprint goal, that could be a product goal, or the goal of the customer, whatever is asking. So you should be committed to that. Okay, and you should be working together, supporting each other to achieve that particular goal. That's an important thing. Okay, so commitment is very important. If you want to become a Scrum Master, committing yourself to read every day for 1 hour for for a whole month, it should be your commitment. Or else achieving the goal, it will be a difficult thing. Got it? So commitment is very important. Okay. Next, focus. Focus should be on the work. Okay. So the primary focus is on the work of the sprint. Okay. So that you are reaching your goal. So the team should focus on the work that they are doing that will be, helpful to reach towards the goal. Let us say today the sprint goal is to create for these, let us say for 2 weeks, our goal is to create a web page. Okay. A web page similar to Amazon. Okay. So the focus should be on the work that we are doing so that we can recreate the same page as Amazon. Okay. Your focus should be on reading the Scrum guide. Your focus should be on reading the notes, whatever that you're preparing, so that you will reach your goal of becoming a Scrum Master. Okay, that focus the Scrum team should have. Okay, so when they are started, when they're working, okay, when they started the sprint probably, okay, on the day one, they should be have their focus mainly on of reaching the goal, okay, on the sprint goal. Next, openness. The Scrum team and its stakeholders are open about the work and the challenges, okay. They should be always ready to take the work and the challenges that they have, okay, because there will be a lot of challenges which will be happening. You will be getting it, and that they should be prepared enough, okay. Not just the Scrum team, but the stakeholders. When I say stakeholders, please understand, stakeholders are those people who are getting affected by the work you are doing in the project. Okay. So it could be an internal stakeholder or external stakeholder. Okay, got it. So I'm not going in detail about the stakeholders thing and all. The stakeholders are those people who are getting affected. Okay. It could be a positive or it could be a negative. So whatever it is, they should be, open to take the work and do the take the challenges. So openness is very important. If you say like, I have got some, you have formed a team and you say like this particular thing needs a lot of effort. And if you are not that open to take the work and the challenge, probably you are not fit for that particular Scrum team. Someone else will come into your position and you will be moved to another position. Okay, so openness is eager to learn something like that, take up the challenges, work for that. Okay, that's an important thing. Next comes respect. Okay, first of all, they should respect each other. Okay, Scrum team members within the team, they should respect one another. Okay, and also should be respected with whom they work. Okay, so they need to respect the person who is sitting beside him and also with whom they are also working with. Okay, so it's not just your team, but also with all the people whom they are working. So respect is very important. You should respect uh, the persons, okay, the individuals who are helping in your team. Okay, not only your team members, but other team members who are directly or indirectly involved. So this is essential. Respect is essential. Next thing is courage. The Scrum team. So here I'm not talking about the Scrum Master. I'm talking about the team. Okay, we are not come to Scrum Master role here in any way. So we are talking about the team itself. The Scrum team should have the courage to do the right thing and to work on the tough problems. Got it? So that is very important now. Should have the courage to do the right thing. Okay, and to work on the tough problems. Yes. When a challenging work comes, you should be open to take it up and you should have the courage to work on that. Okay. Okay, that's fine. But what about this to do the right thing? If anything that, you know, is against your integrity, probably you should stand up and say, no, I will not do that particular thing. Got it. If it is anything, something against to the values of the Scrum, okay, or to your organization, whatever, you should have the courage to stand up and say, no, I can't do that, or it's wrong thing. We can't do that, something like that. Okay, so the courage should be there. Let us say, maybe like there will be so many situations where one of the situation was, let us say the product owner was assigning a task to a guy whom he's having a very good relation. Okay, there is a lot of, it's a partiality, or there is a lot of whatnot. Maybe he was doing very nicely, so whatever work he felt like, he's directly assigning to that particular guy, and you are offended with that one. Okay, this is, no, at this particular time, you need to stand up, should have the courage, okay, to go and say this thing, okay, to inform to whomever it is, okay, because you should have that courage to do the right thing. And in the Scrum, it is not said that we should give to the person who is doing very good, and some, not like that. So we don't have something like that in the Scrum or anywhere. So the courage comes where something is going wrong, and you have to be there to do the right thing. Okay, I mean, I don't say like you need to fight for that, have a clash with all the people. No, but you should say no. Okay, you should have that particular thing. When you need to say no, you should say no. That's what it's, the courage is all about. Okay, so these all the things are very important. The values. Okay, we have 5 values. The 5 values are commitment, to do, to achieve the goal, focus on the work that you are doing so that you will reach the goal, the openness to take the challenge, respect one another, and courage to do the right thing. Okay, did you get this particular thing? Are you able to understand what I'm saying?
Yes, and I have a question on this one.
Yeah, please. Yes.
See, I have a team member, and in the starting of the sprint itself, I came to know that there is no transparency, and I knew that the person, like, is not coming to daily meetings. So within 2-3 days, I came to know that he may not be, like, working onto the sprint. So what do I do in that situation? Like, I know ahead within 3-4, because sprint will be at the most, like, 2 weeks, right?
Right.
So what is
So
the
daily. Yeah, I mean, he's not coming to the daily Scrum, or he's leaving the team or organization as such. It's what is
no,
happening?
not organization. Like, he doesn't like the what we are doing. Like, he
Right.
feels that
Yes.
don't
Yes.
respect us.
True. True. So, ideally speaking, what should be done is, okay, this actually the steps that are to be taken in that case are, first of all, it is said, okay, train your team members, first of all, okay,
Okay.
train your team on the Scrum values, Scrum thing, okay, that I think he's aware of all those things, okay.
Okay.
Next thing, the only thing is call him for a one-on-one meeting.
Okay.
Understand what is his pain area, why he is not coming, okay.
Okay.
What are the factors which are making him to, not to believe in Scrum or not liking Scrum? Just try to understand, okay, from his perspective, and ask him like how you can help, okay, because you feel like there is something good in the Scrum, right? That's why we are implementing this. Had it
Yes.
not been, we would not conducted these trainings and all. There is something which is happening good because of Scrum. So you should give that particular, give the value, understand, let him understand that particular value. Okay. And how his presence is going to affect, or his absence is going to affect other people, and moralize or demoralize, whatnot. Okay. So for that, you should make, convince him to come to the meetings and see. Okay. So take these steps. Okay. Probably he may not come in a single day, but this one-on-one is going to help him a lot. You will understand him, and he will understand you. Okay. If this is not happening, probably these things, other things will be there which can't be done. But yeah, I think he should come to, after one-on-one meetings with you. Did it
Okay.
happen, these particular one-on-one meetings, or not? No.
No. If say for example, if it happens like one-on-one meeting happened, and also like he's not coming, but we'll be losing the time, right? 2 weeks time. So at that time, like I need to make a wise decision in order to replace another candidate on that task,
No,
or
one thing before replacing, first of all, we is he working for the project or not? First of all, you not coming to daily scrum is okay, and that's fine. He's not coming to the daily scrum, but is he working on the task assigned to? Is assigned to?
yes, he says like the task is going well, but
No,
like
not well. Well, yeah,
no
true.
transparency there, right? Like, when we come to the stage where we are about to release, if you say that nothing is done there, actually the
That is
response.
too, yeah, that's alarming because we need to inspect every day. Okay. We need to
Okay.
see there will be team leads who will be, maybe if there are team leads, they should also monitor this particular thing because we are altogether working for a particular project for the sprint or for a project, right?
Yeah.
So we can't just rely on his words. We need to see how the progress is there on the Jira board or whatever tool that you are using. If
Okay.
nothing is moving, probably is adding no value. Yeah, then the action that you take on him, that's okay.
Okay. Got it.
If he's not coming to the scrum, but he's doing all the work that is required for the sprint and all, that's good. Okay,
Yeah.
you can convince him later and make him come back, or you can take the status later.
Yeah.
But if he's not doing the work, probably that's an alarming situation where you need to involve other people in that case.
Okay. So the replacement is allowed actually, right? In the between the
Yeah, that's what, like we are working for something, right? And if that particular person is not doing what he has
Okay.
to do, he's paid for that. And if he's not doing it, probably yes, that happens.
Okay. Got it.
That's the only way. That's the last, I can say,
Yeah.
resort to like going to that particular extreme. We'll make sure that before we go to that, we do have these one-on-one meetings and all the
Okay.
necessary stuff. Then we can just see that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there are so many people who don't like the Scrum. Maybe they feel like it's a waste of time and all the daily Scrums and all. Too many meetings in the Scrum is also one of the negative thing they talk about.
Yeah.
But
People feel
mm,
too stressful, like
mm,
yeah.
yeah, true. But I mean, yeah, that happens. But we should do it. Good. Okay, we'll just talk about this one and have it. So there are three roles in a Scrum. Okay, three roles. Till now, we talked about what? Three pillars. Those are TIA. Good. Then we talked about five values. Focus, courage, sorry, okay, whatever. I just wrote focus, courage, openness, respect, and
Commit.
commit. Yes, first one was is a commitment. Right, thank you. Then we have three roles. Okay, fine. Then I will. The last one is five events. Okay. Now please remember this one. Whatever way you can. I remember in like this 3-5-3-5. Okay. Three pillars, five values, three roles, five events. Okay. Easy to remember 3-5-3-5 or 33-50-55 or 55, whatever. 3-3-5-5. Two digits are coming. 3-3-5-5. So these are very important. Okay. They're easy to remember and you need not worry. So we have three roles in the Scrum team. Okay. Till now we have talked about the Scrum team. Okay. Now we'll talk individually what they need to do from tomorrow onwards. So first role that I can say, it's not first and second and third, it is all together three roles. So one is we Scrum Master. We are going to become the Scrum Master. Yaman. Next person is a product owner. Okay. And another is a development team. Scrum Master is an individual like you and me and all. Develop product owner is an individual. Okay. Now development team it is not an individual. These are again group of people or individuals. Okay. These are group. Got it. So you can have one Scrum Master, you can have one product owner, but the developers are not one person, they are more than one. Okay. So how the structure, how many people in the Scrum, what everything like we are going to discuss in the next class tomorrow. Okay. So is that okay? I don't want to start on the roles in the Scrum month. I mean today. Okay. So any questions still here? So whatever the question that you asked today, like what do I need to do with that particular one, is these are situational questions. These are type of behavioral situational questions which are asked in the interviews. Okay, what actions have you taken so that, okay, as a Scrum Master, what you have done? Okay, these questions you see. Uh, Everyone is going to first few questions are going to be on this particular thing, like how many values we have in a Scrum, how many events are in the Scrum. Those are for first 5 to 10 minutes to make you, let us say, feel ease or confident. They will be asking you. Later comes the actual behavioral situational questions where they will ask you like how you have done, how you have handled these situations, what steps you have taken, and how it benefited to your organization or how it benefited your team or not. So these will be the next. Those are the questions that will be asked. So the thing that we have discussed with sir, like that is more of a situational. Okay, so please understand that particular. So that was a situation that he has given, and the way we have done is an action and result oriented. Okay, good. So any questions here till now?
What kind of questions we can expect from this 3535 Simha? I mean, in
General,
the
these are, yeah, they will
interview.
ask you like what, yeah, what are the 5 values in the Scrum? This direct, straightforward question. Or what are the pillars in the Scrum?
No.
These are direct questions. In general, first few minutes, like these questions you can expect. Okay, so
Like
that you will be.
how many minutes or how many words we can give how many I mean to answer that question, how many minutes we should continue like giving the answer. Like I can't simply say there are 3 roles in the Scrum Master, Product Owner, and Development team. Like more to these 3 words, how many minutes we can extend that answer? That's what my
It's up to you. It's see. Once you say like 3 roles in the Scrum, these are these. Okay, you can explain the roles of those people. But if the interview is okay with whatever answer that you give, he can interrupt you and go for the next question.
Okay.
That's up to you. You can extend that particular answer till you're satisfied. But if the interview is okay with whatever answer that you give, you'll go for the next question. You will interrupt you. And that's fine. There is no rule like you should go for this number of minutes and all. That's up to
As
the
a
interview.
interviewer, let's say you are a Scrum Master, right? You have some years of experience. If you are interviewing a person, what kind of answer you expect for
I
this?
expect the first answer I will expect is the first words are 3. Okay. And then the 3 roles in the Scrum, there are 3 roles in the Scrum, and those 3 roles are like product owner, Scrum Master, and development team. If I'm okay, I mean, I feel okay, that's fine. I mean, I'm not, then I will go to the next thing is how many Scrum Masters in a team? Got it?
Yeah.
Then he will answer that. Then how many product owners in a team? If there is one Scrum team, then how many product owners can I have? That will be my second or third question. Then I will ask like how many developers can be a team? How many testers can I select in a development team? How many developers can I select? Those questions are tricky. Okay. So I want to make them confused. Got it. So the thing here is, it all depends upon the answer that you give. If you are elaborating there itself, saying that there will be one Scrum Master, one product owner, then I will not have any choice to be, ask more questions. I will be just listening to you because you gave all the answers. So that's okay. I mean, giving more answer is okay, no problem. You will be more happy. You can stop there itself also. Right? So
Is there any chance like, I mean, only one product owner should be there or one Scrum Master?
yeah, that we are going to learn. I didn't start.
Okay.
Why I have said is this, just to, but how many Scrum, how many that we are going to learn next. Okay, in the next coming slides tomorrow or in the coming days, you will learn about each and everything. I will make you work on this one. Like we will talk about that mathematical. I mean, not mathematical relation. At least logically, we can figure it out. Okay, that we will do it. Yeah.
I mean, can you please
You will be
explain?
giving that.
Yeah. Can
Yeah,
you
you will
please?
be giving that.
Okay. Like scenario-based questions. I mean, today we discussed the 3 by 3 rules and some other things, right? I mean, how
I will give
we
it.
can expect
Yeah,
scenario-based
yeah.
questions?
Sure. I will share it across. I will share it across in the sense, at least for last 5 minutes, like I can share that questions. I mean, we can discuss on that, not an issue. Sure. Because like let us do at least 75% of this Scrum, then you will understand. Fine. So we'll wind up here today, and the next class we'll talk about the roles in detail. Okay. Fine. So thanks for your time. We'll meet tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I think these are recorded and put in the shared folder. You can just go. I mean, if they gave access to you, you can refer back.
Oh, no, not yet actually. I don't think they
Not
have.
yet. Yeah,
Not
even
yet?
I
Okay.
did.
Okay, maybe. I don't know what is the criteria. Okay, I think they are going to do it.
Demo sessions are there in YouTube channel. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
So do we get a new link from tomorrow or the same link? Like how
Is it? I don't know whether they are going to actually change the link. Okay, once it becomes a paid one. So this is not going to be shared. The new link will be coming to those who are paid this for course.
So how soon we are going to get the new link?
Maybe tomorrow you'll be getting it.
Okay.
It's I think today like they have given extension.
Yeah,
Maybe.
that's what they said.
Okay. Shall we meet tomorrow? Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Simha, for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Simha. Thank you.